Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome all of you to the 2024 Shawano Community High School Athletic Hall of Fame induction. Thank you all for coming this evening. What a great turnout we have. It's wonderful to see so many people here to support our inductees this evening. My name is Joel Wonder. I serve the district as the activities director. I'd like to begin by offering some special thanks to our distinguished guests who are with us tonight. Some have come from relatively near and some have come from quite a ways away. Whichever is the case for you, we want you to know how happy we are that you were able to make time out of your day and make the arrangements to be here and be a part of this special day with us today. We look forward to hearing about you and perhaps from you in just a little while. At this time, I would like to invite Shawano School Superintendent Kurt Brazan to please come forward and offer some words of welcome.
Thank you, Joel. Good evening and welcome to the family and friends of the 2024 Shawano Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. Tonight, we are gathered to honor and celebrate the outstanding achievements of individuals whose dedication, talents, and sportsmanship have left an indelible mark on our athletic community. We recognize the hard work and sacrifice not only from our inductees but also their families, whose support has been instrumental in their success. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate these incredible legacies and the lasting impact they've made on Shawano athletics. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. This is an important day for our school and our community, and for a number of reasons. This program is about honoring and celebrating our history, but it's also about inspiring our future. The Shawano Community High School Athletic Hall of Fame was established with the induction of the inaugural class in 1999. So if you do the math, this year marks the 25th anniversary of this program. More recently, in 2021, the inaugural class of coaches were enshrined into the Coaches Hall of Fame. At this time, I would ask that any of the individuals who are with us today who have previously been inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame or Coaches Hall of Fame, please stand to be recognized. When the Hall of Fame program was developed, the founders put into writing a purpose statement that I'd like to share with you at this time. The purpose of the Athletic Hall of Fame is to recognize these exceptional athletes and teams that became a part of Shawano history. The recognition is not only for the individual, it's for the team, players, and community who cherish the memories, excitement, and pride that these athletes created for the Shawano School District. It's our hope that the achievements and recognition of a few will inspire future athletes at Shawano High School to strive for excellence. This program provides an opportunity for reflection and rekindling of memories and personal connections associated with the individual and collective achievements. Further, this program is also intentionally visible to our current and future students. Today we will present each inductee with a personalized plaque that includes a biography of the accomplishments that they had as an athlete at Shawano Community High School. A copy of that same plaque will be added to our display in our athletic hallway. Our students pass this hallway each day when they arrive for practice. Our students have an opportunity to see those stories that are on display. And we hope that they will inspire our students to take pride in their school and push themselves to pursue that same level of excellence that is found within those stories of those inductees. I want to personally thank and recognize we have some of our current athletes in attendance this evening, and we thank them for being here. Would you please stand to be recognized? inductees selected, and sometimes even, why isn't a particular person in the Hall of Fame? So I wanted to take a moment to share some of the information with you that would answer some of those questions to help provide that awareness. We have a Hall of Fame selection committee. That committee is made up of individuals with a strong connection to our school's athletic history. Some were student athletes, some were coaches, some are still coaching, and some are members of the Hall of Fame themselves. I'd ask that any member of the selection committee who is in attendance today, please stand to be recognized. So these committee members meet every 2 years to review our pool of nominees. Typically, they look to select 4 athletes and 1 coach in each induction class. They make their selections based on a committee consensus. The group last met in October of 2023, at which time they selected the Hall of Fame class of 2024 and the Hall of Fame class of 2025. They are scheduled to meet again in the fall of 2025, at which time they will select the induction classes for 2026 and 2027. The pool of nominees that they considered comes from nominations that have been submitted to us through an open nomination process. Nominations are accepted from anyone. A single-page nomination form can be found in the back of your program. If you have somebody in mind that you believe is deserving of consideration for this honor, I would encourage you to take a few moments to complete that nomination form on that person's behalf. There is information at the bottom of the form that you can find that would tell you where you can send those completed forms so that they're added to the pool for consideration. And please feel free to share that with others who may have somebody in mind that they think should be included in for consideration. So I'd like to thank a few particular groups at this time. I want to once again thank Superintendent Kirk Brazan for being here. Also in attendance this evening is our district principal, Dr. Matt Redickle, along with our associate principal, Deanna Arrowwood. Thank you for being here tonight. Members of our Shawano Athletic Booster Club. The Booster Club sponsors this program, including the plaques that are presented. They also sponsor the float that will be in the parade tomorrow that will carry all of our inductees. They're also helping to sponsor tonight's social at Luigi's that will follow our induction. So thank you to the Booster Club. I want to thank Nathan Falk and members of our custodial and maintenance staff. They had a part in helping us get this facility set up and ready for tonight's program. And I wanted to thank Heather Kelter. She's the administrative assistant to our athletics program, and she had a large role in helping prepare and get things ready for today as well. So would you give a round of applause to all of those? So as we get set to introduce our inductees this afternoon, I'd like to share a little bit about how our induction process will work. I will introduce each of the individuals and share the biography that is printed in your program and on the plaque that they will receive this evening. I will then invite that person to come forward to be recognized and receive their plaque, and invite them, if they wish, to share a few words with the group. We hope to wrap this program up maybe in about an hour or so, at which time we would invite especially our inductees to stick around for a moment. We'd like to get some photographs, both as a group and also individually, if you're willing to do that for us. And then we certainly welcome folks to stick around, and if you haven't had a chance to see the actual Hall of Fame display, it's in the hallway to my right. We will open that up and invite you, if you haven't had a chance, to take a look and see how many people that are already inducted into the Hall of Fame that you might recognize. And then we invite everybody to join us for a social at Luigi's Pizza on Main Street in Shawano following tonight's induction. Again, there'll be refreshments, pizza, pasta, and such available, compliments of our booster club. So please come and spend some time with us. Before I get started, I also wanted to share some plans for some activities that we We invite our inductees to meet here at the high school at 9 a.m. To organize for the parade. We will be lining up on Elizabeth Street, so you can opt to make your way down there with Booster Club or on your own and meet us on Elizabeth Street. That's, by the way, if you're not familiar, that is the road just immediately north of Memorial Park. The parade will then kick off at 10 a.m. It'll turn right from Elizabeth and go up Main Street to Green Bay Street, and then turn right and come back down towards City Hall, where it will end at City Hall. So if you're coordinating rides, know that the parade will end in the area of City Hall. So I expect, again, the parade will probably end about 10:45 a.m., maybe 11 o'clock. We would ask all the inductees and your guests to please meet us back here at the high school tomorrow at about 12:15 here in the Commons area. When the group is assembled, we will then make our way as a group across the parking lot to the stadium. You all are pleased, you are our guests, so please come and know that your admission to the game is free tomorrow. We will do some introductions of the inductees as part of our normal pregame process, and that will start at 12:35 p.m. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an itinerary for what our plans are for tomorrow. Once those introductions are done, that's the end of our planned programming, but we certainly welcome you to stick around and stay if you can for the football game. Our football team plays Wapaka tomorrow. That kickoff is at 1 o'clock. If you have other things to attend to tomorrow, absolutely, please know that you're welcome to take off at that point, but know that you're our guest if you wish to stay. So, I think those are the announcements that I have. So at this time, I'd like to move into our program for the real reason that we are here today. We will now introduce and formally recognize the Shawano Community High School Athletic Hall of Fame Class of 2024. Our first inductee is Jim Judd. Jim Judd attended Shawano High School from 1961 to 1964. Jim Judd's athletic contributions during his time at Shawano Community High School have left a lasting legacy. Jim was a standout in football, basketball, and track, excelling in each sport throughout his high school years. In football, Jim was known for his dynamic performance as a fullback and a defensive back. A hard-hitting fullback with exceptional breakaway speed, he earned letters in football all 3 years from 1961 through 1963. His senior year was particularly notable, with the team finishing 4-1-2. Jim's success on the field earned him all-conference recognition in both his junior and senior seasons, including a first-team selection as fullback in his junior year and a second-team honor in his senior year. On the basketball court, Jim was a tenacious defender and an efficient scorer, shooting 43% from the field and accumulating 196 points during his junior and senior seasons. His defensive skills and scoring ability earned him letters in both seasons, highlighting his significant role on the team. In track and field, Jim's versatility shone through. He earned letters all 3 years from 1962 to 1964, competing in the 440-yard dash, low hurdles, and as a member of 2 relay teams. His relay teams achieved a school record his junior year, a mark that stood for many years. Jim's achievements extended to qualifying for the state track meet in both his sophomore and junior years as part of the medley relay team. Beyond his athletic accomplishments, Jim was actively involved in school organizations, including serving as president of the Letterman's Club in his senior year and participating in Badger Boys State, the senior class play, and Junior Red Cross and Student Council. Following his high school years, Jim proudly served in the Army for 2 years before pursuing a career as an insurance and transportation manager. He and his wife Judy continue to reside in the Shawano area, where they enjoy family life with their 2 children, Brian and Betsy, and their 4 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in congratulating Jim Judd, class of 1964, class of 2024 graduates.
I'm going to keep this short because we are hearing way too many political speeches. I'd really like to thank all of you. I especially like to thank the football team. As a running back, if you didn't have lines in front of you, you didn't go anywhere. I had some great ones. Thank you.
Thanks for the alignment. I would now like to introduce to you, from the class of 1984, Dan Shutt. Daniel Shutt attended Shawano Community High School from 1980 to 1984. Dan's remarkable athletic career at Shawano Community High School is a testament to his dedication, talent, and leadership. Over the course of his high school years, Dan excelled in cross country, basketball, and baseball, leaving an indelible mark on each sport. In cross country, Dan demonstrated his endurance and commitment, competing for 3 seasons and earning a varsity letter in his junior season. His hard work in this demanding sport laid the foundation for his future athletic success. On the basketball court, Dan was a pivotal player throughout his 4 years. He earned varsity letters in both his junior and senior seasons. His senior season was particularly notable as he received honorable mention all-conference honors and helped lead the team to a 13-5 record, showcasing his skills and leadership. But Dan's prowess was especially evident on the baseball field, where he was a standout performer. His 4-year career included much success. As a junior, he hit .464 and led the team to a conference championship. He was a unanimous first-team all-conference outfield selection, earned second-team all-district honors, and was named the team co-MVP. His senior year was a crowning achievement. He hit .448 and stole 15 bases, earned first-team all-conference honors, was chosen as the team MVP, and led the Shawano Hawks to the WIAA Class A regional and sectional championships. Behind his leadership, the Hawks secured a conference co-championship and made a memorable appearance at the WIAA state tournament. Dan's contributions were further recognized with his selection to the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association Senior All-Star Game. Beyond his high school athletic achievements, Dan continued to contribute to his community. He has been an active coach in various baseball leagues, including Babe Ruth, Legion, and Lobos Baseball, and served as president of the Babe Ruth program for 5 years. Dan and his fiancee Sharon Moore live on Shawano Lake in Cecil. Dan owns DFS Business Interiors. He enjoys vintage cars, Wisconsin sports teams, and hunting and fishing in his spare time. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in congratulating Dan Shutt, Hall of Fame.
Say that what you just
But hopefully not too much. I'm humbled and honored being inducted into the Shawano High School Sports Hall of Fame. Thank you. First off, I would like to thank my late parents, Frank Jr. and Dolores, for giving me the opportunity to play sports and giving me sacrifice that they gave me throughout my younger years. In fact, when I was in grade school, I had a paper route, and whenever there was a game, my parents would help me out with the paper route because they didn't want to get me too tired for the game. So I appreciate that, and they'd be proud. I would also like to thank all my family, friends, coaches. Back in the day, we had radio and newspaper, and we had probably two of the best in the area, well, in the state probably. Radio, we had Paul Kasperzak, who covered sports. I mean, it was out of this world. And in paper, we had Don Martsky, who was probably the best sports editor in the state. So with those two, we had a lot of recognition around the area. But I also would like to recognize one family member, my sister Kim, who upon my graduation, she gave me scrapbooks, and she had all the printings and all of the different articles from throughout my whole baseball, basketball career in high school. And she gave it to me, and there was like 10 albums full of all the clippings. And it was something special. And I do think that probably came back to help you guys give me where I'm at today. Thanks, Kim. Moving along here, my cross country, I went out for cross country basically to get in shape for basketball. And when I first got into it, our coach was Dan Johnson at the time, and went to my first practice, and he said he wants us to run 8 miles. And I thought, what the hell did I get myself into? Run 8 miles. But I stuck with it for a few years, and I think my senior year I had an ankle problem or something. But maybe I was just tired of running. Anyways, moving along with the basketball, I had probably a couple of the best coaches that a guy could have with Woody Davis and Wags, Mike Wagner. And it was my favorite sport. Spent a lot of time in the basketball court playing, and we had a pretty darn good team. But our conference was tougher than hell too. I mean, we played Pulaski, and I remember playing against the Ripley boys, and it was a battle. And we played De Pere. I mean, we were in the Old Bay Conference, and we played all the Pulaski, De Pere, Shawano. You know, we had some good competition. But there, you know, there was no better feeling than coming out of that locker room to a packed gymnasium and everybody cheering. I'll never forget that. So then my baseball, I guess you could say, the coaches that I had were pretty good too, against Wags. And Mr. Russo, I wish he would have came tonight. But we had some pretty good teams with both my junior year and my senior year. And I'll never forget sitting, whether it was in chemistry class with Wags or sitting in math class or algebra or trigonometry with Mr. Russo. And as you guys all pretty much know most of you know, my dad was a maintenance guy. And he did the field, got the field ready for play. And it seems like every game day, he'd be tromping up to the window, knocking on the window, and telling everybody that the field was ready to go. And when he did that, he used some choice words, of course. And he also would complain that, you know, if it was wet, he had to use like 3 bags of diamond dry, you know. But I'll never forget that. And I'll also never forget my JV year playing baseball for Lyceum, Russo. If I got on first base, he would give me the sign. Get going. I mean, most coaches had signs, you know, they would go through, but it was just like, get over here. I guess the highlight was when we went to state. I still remember the picture of our team where everybody looked like a bunch of misfits. Remember that? But one thing that haunts me today yet is I let off with a base hit at state, and the very next pitch, I got picked off at first. How embarrassing was that to come back to the dugout with my tail between my legs because I got picked? Because usually when I got on first, I think I had the green light pretty much all the time to steal second, but not that day. So in closing, I would like to say playing sports in high school prepares you for life in the real world, teaches you discipline, hard work, competition, complete a job. And I just want to go on further to say thanks again to my family, my friends, coaches, to share this induction into the Hall of Fame. I will always be a supporter of Shawano High School sports. And in my time, I would say go Shawano Indians. Today, I say go Shawano Hawks.
I'm now pleased to introduce our next inductee, Brian Johnson, class of 1986. Brian Johnson attended Shawano Community High School from 1982 to 1986. Brian Johnson exemplified dedication, talent, and leadership throughout his high school career. A versatile athlete, Brian made significant contributions in football, wrestling, and baseball, leaving a lasting impact on Shawano's athletic legacy. In football, Brian's exceptional skills were evident as he earned varsity letters in his junior and senior seasons. His senior year was particularly notable as he ranked second in the conference for punt and kick returns and led the league in interceptions. Brian's remarkable play included setting the Bay Conference record for the longest interception return. His stellar performance earned him first-team All-Conference honors as a junior and second-team All-Conference recognition as a senior. Brian's wrestling career was marked by his consistency and dedication. Earning 3 varsity letters, he demonstrated his commitment to the sport with every match that he competed in. On the baseball diamond, Brian's impact was equally impressive. He earned varsity letters in his junior and senior seasons and was a key player on the team that reached the state tournament in 1986. His senior season saw his team achieve a record of 12-6, following a 12-5 record from his junior year. Brian's senior year was highlighted by being named the team MVP and receiving first team all-conference honors as an outfielder, building on his second team all-conference recognition from the previous year. Beyond athletics, Brian was actively involved in various school organizations, including forensics, varsity club, wind ensemble, prom representative, one-act play, Badger Boys State, and Rotary. After high school, Brian continued to make a significant impact in education and coaching. He retired after 33 years of teaching at Shawano Community High School, but he's back, where he also coached football for a decade and softball for 28 years. Brian and his wife of 25 years, Chris, have 3 amazing daughters, Heather, Taylor, and Allie. He is exceptionally grateful for his teammates and coaches over the years who helped create some wonderful memories. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask Brian Johnson, class of 2024 Athletic Hall of Fame.
So first of all, a couple points of clarification. Davey Nelson was co-MVP that year. I'm sorry. Okay. You're going to hear a lot of common themes from Danny, because I was a sophomore on that team. And I remember he got picked off, and I thought, I hope coach benches it. That was the only chance I had to get in the game. Thanks for do it, though. So I got to take this picture on our Johnson. Danny could hit better than I was, so I was another one. As I said tonight, an old friend's quote of mine came to mind, or a quote of his came to mind. He said, you know, sometimes the sport can do more for the kid than the kid can ever do for the sport. And Wally Hansen was dead right in my life. Athletics brought so much to my life. So many good people, so many good life lessons. You know, so many good teammates who became friends, coaches who became mentors and friends. Some great values, work ethic, accountability, grit, and things that could use a little more of today. So, as I was thinking about this the last week and a half, 2 weeks, you know what to say, I really wanted to go back and thank the people who helped me. I would be wrong not to thank my parents first of all. The amount of time and sacrifice they made to give me the games, give me the practices, come to games, sitting at 90-degree heat in Greenville at 9 years old, watching me play. You know, my dad had to drive the bus because he had a license, so he couldn't drink beer with Bill on the way back. Bill always had a good time picking up my dad about that. My brothers, you know, I have 3 amazing brothers. We played sports. You know, our wrestling crowd escaped from beating up on each other. We had a great time, and they were always supportive of me. Played wiffle ball, Grandma Johnson's. Just thanks, guys. I can't say enough. My youth coaches. I think back over that A-ball, Woody Davis. A lot of guys here probably played that back in the day. We got our start. We lived on at Memorial Park. We lived and played sports. We played all day long. It was amazing stuff. I got into Little League. You know, my dad helped coach. He was amazing. Jim Hartman, Jerry Senzik, the Ringer guy who just yelled all the time. But amazing people. In the youth wrestling, a guy by the name of Gene Tallier. My wrestlers out there remember Gene. Great motivator, high integrity man. I got to middle school. I had another amazing wrestling coach, Pete Kaler. Can't say enough about that man as far as his knowledge of the sport and pushing you to be the best you can be. In football, we had a guy by the name of Bill Arndt. That was just an incredible football coach, old school football, smash mouth football. He prepared me for high school. When I got back up here, and I got to run into Wally Hansen, who played before face masks, played against Nick Buckus, and had the stories. It was fascinating. He was upset because he couldn't smoke his cigar during practice. But that man taught me some life lessons. And I had a young D-back coach by the name of Chuck Rash, who was just an amazing coach. Really taught me the game. You know, Charlie's line to me was, Johnson, this is controlled violence. You're gonna love it. My senior year, they brought in Coach Zeiss. We learned how to run a long way. But Coach Zeiss, he called the play in Marinette with the 102-yard interception returns. Johnson, sit on that out pad. You're going to throw it. He was right. In baseball, some amazing coaches at the youth level, Jerry Saselsic, Zeke Russo, again, high integrity guys, did an amazing job teaching us fundamentals. And then we got to what I think is what I think is the god of coaching, and that's Mike. I've never seen a better coach, never played for a better coach. Knowledge of the game, fixing swings, unbelievable. So I was very happy to play for him, very honored to play for him. And I became not only a coach, but a friend, mentor, had such a huge influence. Finally, my teammates. A bunch of you are here, Danny, Gene, Hans here, the list is on, Davey, Bobby, DVG, thank you so much for the memories we created. Unbelievable. Danny, make sure Danny tells you the story of calling Paul Kasperzak live on the radio. The night we qualified for state from the house, you know what I'm all's here, that's a great story. Okay? We're just some great friends, so I thank you all. So thanks to all those people who played such a role in my athletic career. Bonnie, thank you, Vinny, thank you, Joel, for doing this. I appreciate that. Thank you, my family. All your support and friends who came here tonight mean the world to me. Thanks for coming to help celebrate. I'm truly honored and humbled. Thank you.
Our next inductee this evening from the class of 2000 is Tammy Feltz Tammy. Tammy Feltz attended Shawano Community High School from 1996 to 2000. Tammy showcased unparalleled versatility and dedication throughout her high school career. A dynamic athlete, Tammy left an indelible mark across multiple sports, embodying the spirit and excellence of Shawano athletics. Starting with cross country, Tammy earned a varsity letter as a sophomore, demonstrating her commitment and skill early on. Her athletic pursuits extended to track and field, where she earned a letter in her sophomore year. Tammy's athletic journey continued with notable achievements in swimming. As a senior, she excelled as the Bay Conference champion in the 100-meter backstroke, securing first-team all-conference honors and earning honorable mention in the 200 individual medley. Her talent and hard work were further recognized when she qualified for the state meet, finishing 16th in the 100-meter backstroke and being named a National Interscholastic Swimming Coaches Association Academic All-American in 1999. Tammy's leadership and dedication were evident as she served as swim team captain and was honored as the team's most valuable swimmer in 1988 and 1989. Tammy's versatility shone through as a manager for the wrestling team, where she earned varsity letters in both her junior and senior years. Her athletic career culminated with her participation in soccer during the sport's inaugural season at Shawano Community High School, earning a varsity letter as a senior. In addition to her athletic achievements, Tammy was a well-rounded student and leader, actively participating in the orchestra, the school musical, FBLA, NHS, concert choir, and showstoppers. Her dedication to both academics and athletics earned her the prestigious title of Female Athlete of the Year in 2000. Today, Tammy lives in Kansas City, Missouri with her husband Simon and their two sons, Oliver and George. Congratulations to Tammy Feltz, Katie, for being inducted into this year's Athletic Hall of Fame. Would you please come forward?
I was really surprised when I got the call from Joel. I'm very honored to be here tonight. I just want to thank Mom and Dad for helping me swim all those years, putting me into swim lessons so I wouldn't drown at the cottage to go up there, and especially my mom for driving me back and forth. growing up, and also for helping get the swim team here in Shawano. So, thank you.
Our final inductee of the evening is an inductee to the Coaches Hall of Fame. I'm pleased to induct Harlan Martin. Harlan Martin grew up in Amherst, Wisconsin, where he played football, basketball, and track in high school. He earned a degree in education from UW-Stevens Point and later a master's degree from Northern Michigan. Harlan began his Shawano School District career in 1956 after teaching for 6 years in Baroque. He became a beloved math teacher and coach during his tenure in Shawano. Harlan's love for sports inspired him to pass his knowledge on to the athletes at both the junior high and high school in Shawano. He coached many underclassmen and prepared them to play at their highest levels as they became varsity players. Harlan not only taught the skills of the sport, but he also taught the athletes and students what it meant to be a person of character. He inspired them to succeed and instilled in them the commitment to be a team player by being respectful of each other as well as their competitors. He had fun with the students while also commanding respect and teaching them to become the best people and athletes possible. Harlan dedicated 33 years to the Shawano School District and was a favorite of many students and athletes. He coached junior high basketball, freshman boys basketball, football, and track and field. In track, he was the head coach for several years and specialized in coaching the pole vault. During his tenure as track coach, he coached dozens of athletes who qualified for the state team. The success of some coaches and athletes cannot be measured by wins and losses. Harlan did so much for our students and athletes that did not show up on the scoreboard. He was a role model for his students and athletes, as well as for his children and grandchildren. Harlan knew and coached many of the individuals who are currently a part of our Hall of Fame. Harlan retired from teaching and coaching in 1989. He was an avid golfer and a singer in barbershop singing groups. He and his wife Mary were married for 73 years and raised 3 children, Lynn, Dean, and Deborah, before his unfortunate passing in 2023. He would have been very proud to be a part of the Coaches Hall of Fame. This evening, here to represent Harlan is his son, Dean. Would you please show a round of applause for congratulations to Harlan Martin.
Yeah, just for the record, Dad never played football. In fact, I don't think they had football at Amherst High School, so he didn't play high school. Yeah, Dad passed away just under a year ago. So, you hear me? Yeah, he passed away about a year ago, or a little less than a year ago. So, oh, I better get my phone. Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't know anything about this award. And so I'm not sure what he would have to say. I know he would thank a lot of people. He'd thank Joel for all the organization that it takes to put this whole thing together. He'd probably thank the selection committee. I know he'd thank all the family members that showed up. He'd probably thank any friends and old ball players he may have had. I mean, old. He was back there, wow. You know, I just wish that he was here accepting this instead of me. Wasn't happening. Thank you very much.
So again, that brings us to the conclusion of our induction ceremony this evening. We once again want to thank everybody who carved time out of their schedules to be here, and we especially want to thank our distinguished guests this evening, our inductees, for being here and participating in this program. And a special thanks to all of the friends and family and teammates who made their way, made time out of their day to be here to show that support. That's what makes this program so special. So again, before I conclude, just want to remind, one quick reminder of a couple things. Please remember you are invited to Luigi's following this program for a social. Also for our inductees, remember that tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock we'd like to gather here, make our preparations for the parade, and then following the parade at about 12:50, we'd like to meet here again as a group and then proceed together across the parking lot to the stadium for some pregame introductions before the football game. So thank you everybody for being here tonight. Hope to see many of you at Luigi's, and I look forward to hearing a lot more of the stories that you haven't shared. So thank you.